All right, welcome into a Bitey tutorial. This time we are talking about Minecraft and specifically the multi-resets mod that we can use for Bedrock speedrunning. A huge shout out to Lols for making this program. It's awesome. It's great that we have people in the community that put out these programs. It makes running the game a lot easier. For anyone that doesn't know what this is, it's basically a program that will load multiple instances of Bedrock Minecraft, so 4 instances, and it will also automatically reset between specific coordinates that you tell it to, which for Minecraft is very useful because if you're looking to get top times, we need to be resetting for strongholds. If you want to know about stronghold percentages, I will maybe put it in the comments, just if you want to know kind of what we're talking about here. But I do expect most of you to be playing the game or know how to do the run and stuff like that, so most of you know that sort of stuff already. I do expect you to have the game installed. This program will only work with specific versions. I don't have a list of the versions, but I know 1.1, 1.16.1 is, one of the main game. That's what's on there. I think 1.16.221. I think there's a 1.18 version. I'm not sure on those ones, but 1.16 for sure, and 1.16.221 again is another one for sure. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go on to hotkey.com. I've put it down here so you can see it, and we'll bring it over here. And we're going to just download it. Download version 2.0. This is what we need in order to run the program. It's done. Shouldn't take us too long. Install. Yes, we want to install it. It's installed. Okay, we can just close that. Next thing we want to do is go to Github and open Github. Do you want to go to this link? Yes, I do. You'll see that I'm using my second monitor here. So I have a second monitor over here. And I have my main monitor here, which you can't see. And the reason that I'm explaining this is because one of the issues that I ran into with this multi-resets program was to do with extended displays. So I will go over the problem that I faced, and I will show you how I personally got around that. I want to go through everything so that I'm not skipping any steps. Here is all of the different logs, 1.5, 1.4. You'll see that this just got added, so another shout outs to LOL for adding that. LOL869. This was actually a request of myself because I'm about to start speedrunning 1.16.100 to 1.17, and we didn't have a reset. The resets program worked, but it didn't do the automatic closing of the other screens and stuff like that, and we'll go over that a little bit later, so shout outs for that. Okay, we're going to go down here to the zip file. You will need something to unzip this, so something like WinRAR, WinZip. I think some Windows 11s might have its own zipping program. I'm not 100% sure, but if you can't open it because you need a zip file, then you'll need to download a zip file. I'm not going to go over that because that's kind of unrelated to this. Okay, as you can see, I've gone through this before. I deleted everything off my computer just so we went through the full setup. We're going to open up the zip folder, and we're going to drag it onto our desktop. All right. This is also a link to the Discord here. I'll put it in the comment section if you want to come and join the Discord. This is where you'll find all this juicy stuff. We're going to open up multi-resets, and we're going to open it up. And the first thing it's going to say is it's probably going to ask you to download a specific. Yes, here we go. Download and install Auto Hotkey. This is the version that it wants to have in order to run this program. So just hit yes, and it's now going to install that version of hotkeys. I think it actually installs both of them. We'll keep the one that you originally installed and have an add-on, as far as I'm aware. That's kind of irrelevant, but here we go. It's now installed. So now we have the hotkey installed. We have the Github multi-resets installed, and now we're ready to start the program. Now, the first thing that I'm going to say before you do anything else is I like to see how many instances that you can run, because if you've got a potato computer and it's just going to take 5,000 hours to load multi-instances, there's no point in loading, 4 seeds. If you can run 2 efficiently, run 2. If you can run 6 efficiently and you want to, run 6. I'm planning on running 4. 4 runs good with mine. I've tested it. But the way you can do that is go down to Other. And this is where you're going to find most of your main keys down here. And the first thing that we're going to do is register the multi. If you do not register the multi-instance will not work. Okay, you probably have to do this every time you open up the program. At least I have. I'm not sure why that is, but I just always go in here and I register the multi. I hit yes. It will tell you the multi-instance is now enabled. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the hotkeys. So these are the hotkeys. We're going to actually just post them up here in the top right corner. If you want to know how to do that, just hit Control, Windows, and S. I will actually take a... Oh, that's a different one. Sorry. Windows Shift S. How did I do that? There you go. Windows Shift S. We'll take a screenshot if you ever want to do that. And you can actually just post it right into sticky notes, which is really cool. A lot of people don't know that. You can just post that. So, Control R is reset. Control Tab is stop reset. So this is how you reset in the game if you want to do a reset. This is how you stop the reset. So if you're ever in the process and it starts going crazy and like it's blinking and there's like 8 instances, and I've had that happen to me a couple of times, just hit Control Tab, it will stop, and then you have control over your mouse again. And you'll see what I mean once we get this set up. To restart the Minecraft, so basically how you will start the program, Control Alt R. So that's what we're going to use to start the program, all right? So I'll keep that up on the top right so that you have a reference point here. Okay, so now that we have this and we've registered the multi, we're not going to do the setup yet. We're just going to go to here. We're going to turn off auto restart. I'm going to use 4 instances, and I'm going to use layout 2-2, and I'm going to hit Control Alt R. And bingo, we have 4 windows. But we have a problem. Now, this is the problem that I ran into. And this is how I fixed it, okay? So you'll see that I have this window here, and these 2 windows are offset. I'm not sure why this happens, but you can see it's opening bigger windows. What you can't see, however, is that it's actually overlapping onto my extended display just in the corner. So for whatever reason, it's not cropping everything properly, and I'm not 100% sure why that is. I haven't deep dived into it enough, but I do have an easy workaround which I was able to fix. Okay? If you have it like this, the program will not work. At least it didn't for me. These would work fine on the left, and the ones on the right just wouldn't work because everything's different. The sizes are different, and that's why you want to make sure that you know how many instances you're going to use before you set up the controls, because it's going to be set up for that size of window. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to be using 4. You might want to use 8. You might want to bring up your... okay, sorry, I did not mean to do that. But you might want to bring up your task manager. Okay, and go to your performance tab. And, maybe do some... create some new worlds, stuff like that. You can sit and watch your CPU, your RAM. Make sure your computer's not going to blow up when you're running 8 instances. Obviously, you can kind of see if everything's lagging and stuff. Like, you could, go in and load some mods... that sort of stuff. Play, load a mod. I don't know, like load into this world, like this. Just load a bunch of worlds, like this. And you'll see that my CPU is gonna, shoot up through the roof here. So it's gonna be using around 100%, which is, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not running, 100% all the time. But you'll see that it's rendered in, and now it's dropped to 46%. It's going to be back to 100% again. There's a problem loading this world. It doesn't like that. There's a problem loading this world. This one's loading up. So you'll see it's utilizing around 100%, but then once everything renders in, or once it starts, you see it starting to drop. So I know that my computer can handle 4. I could probably do more, but I'm not going to. 4 is enough for me. So I did all this testing. You can do your own testing, and once you have everything good, you can get ready to set it up. But we're going to deal with this problem here. Now, the problem that I ran into with these different sizes was because I was using an extended display. For whatever reason, those different sized windows were overlapping onto my extended screen. I haven't found a fix for it yet, so I can run my extended screen. So the simple answer for me right now is to just have one screen, which is my main screen. This is my 1080p 27-inch monitor that I use. I'm going to have it only show on that monitor. Okay, so now you'll see that my monitor over here has shut off. I've just got everything on my main screen now. And now, Control-Alt-R, you will see that the problem is now fixed. And I have 4 perfect windows. I also like to use the NVIDIA overlay display because it just allows me to see what FPS I'm running on all of the games. And it kind of will show you, you know, how much it's lagging as it's kind of loading up. Okay, now that we've fixed this problem, we can close all these windows and start the setup. So we're going to go into Other. If you want to kind of play around with the layouts of it, this would be where we'd have your layouts. So I guess I could just show you that. Let's do a 4:4 and then see what that looks like. So that would be a 4:4. So if you were going to run, I don't know, say, let's see, 12 instances. See, I'm not sure if my computer would do or whatever. Let's just try 12 just to see what happens. I've actually never done this, so let's see what happens. Here would be 12 instances, right? It's not, I don't know if it's all the same size or what it's doing, but just to kind of give you an eye, that would be a 4:4. You could play with an 8th, which would probably make it even smaller. I'm not sure how that would work, but I use 2:2, which is perfect for a 4:4 layout like this. And I went a bit crazy, and I don't know what I put 12 instances of 4:4. So you see how it loaded like 12 instances there? So 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually overlaid multiple instances. So I forgot to change this. I loaded 12 instances, all at 2:2 size. So I had 1, 2, 3 sets of that. So that kind of gives you an idea of some things you can play around with here. I haven't touched any of the other stuff. You can play around with this, the minimum coordinates and the max coordinates, if you wanted to, you know, lower that to 1700, for instance. If you wanted to increase that to 800, you know, depending, I don't know why you want to do that, but we'll go into the auto resets in a little bit. Okay, to do the setup, we're going to go to the setup. I'm not sure what this is. Are you bored? I'm not bored, but maybe you are. Click it, see what happens. Okay, we're going to screenshot this thing so you can see it as well. We'll just maybe make a new sticky notes tab. Just so that you see, so it's telling you it will what this. So tab is the assign button, very important. Tab is the assign button, okay? I have my screen size that I want, which is the 2:2 layout size. Now that I have this exact size that I want, I can start using the identifying buttons. Now we're going to be using tab the whole time. We're not using mouse clicks. We're using the tab button on the keyboard. That wasn't quite clear to me when I first did this. But it's going to start off, it's going to tell you the identifier, and then there's going to be a color. Now we're going to use both of these to our advantage to do some of the harder things like the heart. Okay, so the setup goes like this. Using the tab button, we're going to tab on the play button. Sorry, you need to click on it. So click on the Minecraft, so it's highlighted. I was clicked off it for a second there, so click on to activate the program. We're going to come down, we're going to hit tab and tab. Okay, so you see how it automatically clicked there? So that's a test function to make sure that the button is working. Okay, now it wants us to do the create a new world. And we're going to go in and do the heart. So we're not going to use tab for this. We're going to go into a world. Okay, so create a new world using the mouse. Okay, not the tab button. Using the mouse, we're going to go into a game. So all we've done so far is use the tab button for the initial play part of Minecraft. Now we're going to go in and we're going to hit escape to go to our menu, and we're going to try go down here until we get to the heart. I'm actually going to turn my guy around. So what I do is I use the escape button to go to the menu, and I'm trying to get it right on the heart. So you see how if I get it right there, I'm taking my hand off the mouse and I'm going to unescape. Now you see how it's going from this color here, which is the dark green color here, to a red color. Very important. You're going to have to keep moving this mouse around. So I'm not on the heart right now. You're going to keep it moving around until you get on that heart. Once you're on that heart, then you can use the tab button. Okay, now that is set. It wants us to do the save and quit, so we're going to hit escape, go to the save and quit, and we're going to hit tab. And we're going to hit tab again. Alright, now it's taking us to here. Am I enjoying Minecraft? Yes, make sure you don't... Just put yes, and then it's really going to load up the store. Bugger off. Okay, create new. Tab. And then tab again, and it should automatically click. See, I don't have my hands on the mouse. I'm using the keyboard here. Okay, you're going to hover over to here, create new world, tab, and tab. Okay. The very first world creation, I'm not sure what this is, but you can just click anywhere on the map here, and you're just going to hit tab. Okay. Now, the first one is the seed button. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this does. I'm just going to click. So that would be a seed picker, so we don't want that. So usually what I've been doing is just going down to the seed button here, and I'm just going to hit tab on this big box here. So I hit tab. Okay, now we're going to do the world creation that we want to choose. So obviously we want, this is going to be easy. We want this to be 4 chunks. And we want this to be show coordinates. So we're going to be clicking 3 things. So we're going to go up to here, and we're using the tab button here. So we're going to hit tab. And we're going to go down to here and hit tab. Okay. We're going to go down to here, simulation distance, hit tab. And then we're going to go down to show coordinates and hit tab. Then once you've done all that, you're going to go over to this here, and you're going to hit tab. Once you've done that, you can then hit shift and escape. Okay, that will take you out of the menu. Once you've done that, it should all be set up. So we can close this off. Okay, we're going to run 4 instances. We're going to use the auto restart function. Now, the auto restart function will automatically restart all of the games if it doesn't land on any of these coordinates. So between 800 and 1700, they will continuously reset. Once it finds a seed that is good, it will then load that seed, and it will blow it up, and it will pause all of the other seeds and then eventually close them down. But it immediately stops rendering everything, because you can tell if you have your CPU up, you will see it just like automatically drop from like 80, 90 right down to like 30. So it automatically cuts the process. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, so auto resets is on. We're going to go Control, Alt, and Arsh. So we're going to close these down because we don't need them anymore. Don't save. All right. Here we go. So Control Alt R to load it up. And once you're in the main menu, make sure that everything's loaded. Like, don't do it too early. I like to make sure that all my instances of Minecraft are fully loaded on the play screen button, because you got to make sure there's no like, do this or go to the marketplace and choose this or whatever it may be. So make sure it's all loaded up. Looks like everything is loaded up. All right, then we can hit Control R. And off we go with the world creations. So you can see that it's worked. You can see my FPS is here. You can see different things. It's going to be searching for seeds, or not searching for seeds, but what it's going to be. What do we got here? That was a 44. It didn't like that. It's going to reset. That was a 428. It didn't like that. It's going to reset. As soon as I get one that's high enough coordinates, it's going to blow it up. That's a 44. We'll see, I'm running around 24 frames per second right now. 47 here, 47. So this is kind of irrelevant. As long as your computer can handle it, it's okay. Oh, here we go. So it's found one. It's blown it up. And I want to quickly hit Control Alt Delete, and I can bring it to my task manager, and I want you to see the CPU. So right now, it's running at about 100% right now, 92, 23. So you got to see that. I went from 100 right to 23. I'm going to bring this down, put it in a corner. You can see that the other Minecrafts have stopped. This is closed. And this will soon close as well. So you saw that my CPU instantly dropped. So if you want to wait just a couple of seconds sometimes, just for this to sort of render a little bit, like even 4 or 5 seconds, some people like to do that. And now I've got my Minecraft game ready to go. It starts at paused, so you can unpause. You know, the timer doesn't start until you do an action. You know, if you want to, you know, look behind you or whatever, you know, like, obviously, you know, look, whatever. My controls are going to be different. Yeah, so that was basically the whole setup. I hope everyone made some use out of that. It wasn't really easy when I first went through it, but I've spent quite a bit of time with the program now, and I've seen a lot of people in the Discord saying I can't get this working, I don't know how this works, and I'm really hoping this helps you out. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If you have any ideas or suggestions about some other videos that you'd like to see, I'm going to be back speedrunning the game with my partner here. We're planning to be speedrunning for the next 2 or 3 months, so we're going to be around the community. I have also been working on a speedrunning document, and I might even do a tutorial video, and that's going to encompass basically everything in the community. Like there's sheets, there's this, there's just, you know, stronghold cords, there's all of this great information, but it's kind of spread out all over the place. So I've been kind of working on a document to kind of encompass it all in one place, and I might even do like a YouTube video if people think it's a good idea. So I might work on that project. But yeah, hopefully everything works out for you all, and I'll see you all on Twitch. Peace.